It's a Matt once again, and this is going to be funny because some of these videos you'll see in the future I've done out of order, so the background's going to be different. But I figured that since at this point the Superman reviews should be up, why not re-review the Batman movies? And you start with the original 1989 Batman. Now again, I have reviewed these films already. You can look on my channel at my older reviews if you want. But Batman 1989 did not get to see in the theater when it came out. Saw it mainly on home video. And it's still a great movie. I know people want to trash it and say, Christopher Nolan, blah, 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 blah. This is why I'm not reviewing Christopher Nolan's Batman films, because I don't want to get death threats. Because that tends to happen. If you bash anything Nolan's associated, you get death threats. I don't need to go through that. Although I think they're overrated, and The Dark Knight Rises sucks. I said it. But this one, to me, with Batman movies, you have the far one side with Batman and Robin, and a bit Batman Forever. On the other side far, you have the Nolan films. And to me, the best is right in the middle, and that's Batman and Batman Returns. They're dark, they're serious, but yet there's still some humor involved. It's still a comic book film. It still has that feel of a comic book movie, like it had been thrust into another world. Because Metropolis, Gotham, all these cities in DC Comics, that's more the fantastical, while Marvel was the more real, if you want to put it that way. And I'd rather you go that route. I don't need to be in Gotham and it's pretty much Chicago or something. Give me something, tape me into another world. And that's what Tim Burton did with this and the sequel. I love the look of Gotham. I love the use of, how dark and the shadows and just the way the art direction, the sets. I believe they shot at Pinewood, but I could be wrong on that. And it was a big movie when it came out. People not even realize how huge it was, where everyone was talking about this film, advertised up the ass. You just had that great symbol of Batman, and that's all you had to tell people. It's like, ooh, what's that? Warner Bros., of course, they had the success of Superman in the late 70s to early 80s. They've been wanting to do Batman for a while. And here's something I appreciate when you look at the making of, is that certain people behind the scenes, they wanted to bring the character and have it be dark and serious again. Because at that point, the character was looked at as a joke. I mean, people forget that there was a time where Batman was looked at as a joke, as a punching bag, as a punchline. And nowadays it's cool to like Batman and Batman beats everybody, Batman beats everything, Batman is the bat of the bat. But they forget that because of the Adam West TV show, people laughed at it, or they kind of didn't want to take it seriously, or studios are like, wait a minute, what, a serious Batman film? I mean, that's why they started thinking of making the film in like 1980 or something like that. Very soon after Superman became a hit. And apparently they asked all the studios, and none of the studios wanted to do it. Because again, I mean, they keep thinking of the Batman TV show. On a side note, I'm stressing that out because, hello, Ninja Turtle fan, maybe you should look at history. Character that was looked at as a punching bag, a punchline, only for kids, only comedy, only silly. Maybe try to go back to its source, which is dark. Like Ninja Turtles were dark. Oh, that's silly. So a guy who walks and talks in a bat suit is not silly. That's, I know it's a side note, but I just find that funny when people are like, you can't take the Ninja Turtles, you can't do it serious. Yeah, you're those same studios that said the same thing when people tried to sell Batman in the early 80s. And look what happened. You do it, Batman 89 comes out, it becomes huge, people love it, yeah. Fuck yeah. Maybe if you look at history, this is why I talk about studios, people, if they look at their history, maybe they learn something. Sorry, there's more to history than the past 2 years. Or 2 minutes. So again, it's like people in Ninja Turtles, maybe take a page from Batman 89, but hey, what do I know? That was only the biggest hit when it came out. But the film itself, it's definitely one of my favorite Tim Burton films. I thought he did a fantastic job directing the film. I love Michael Keaton. I know people give his Batman crap because Batman kills. I don't give shit. I don't give a fuck. Because he was a cool, badass demeanor. I liked his Bruce Wayne. I loved his Batman. He had the presence. The voice was down pat. And I'm a big Michael Keaton fan. I like Pacific Heights. I like Beetlejuice. What's another? Clean and Sober is a great movie. One Good Cop. And he really pulled it off in this role and in Batman Returns. And you don't need to be... When you look at the other Batmans, Val Kilmer did alright. George Clooney didn't give a shit. Christian Bale was fine as Bruce Wayne, but his Batman to me is the worst Batman. I don't give it... or one of the worst. It's kind of hard to, it's him or George Clooney. Oh, that's it. No, I'm sorry. His voice was so fucking stupid and ridiculous in those Nolan films. It took me out of the film. Where is he? Where is he? Shut the fuck up. Get some fucking lodge and, some fucking lemon cough drops. Goddamn, get some lemon cough drops or gargle some fucking mouthwash to get the shit out of your throat. And speak up. Loud and clear. Not... Say what? He just made me laugh. And that's not the desire that I want when I'm seeing a Batman movie. Hey, that guy's playing Batman. Look how stupid his voice is. And most people agree with that. Whatever. So to me, I do think Michael Keaton is the best Batman. I love his look, I love his presence. I love, like I said, the direction of Tim Burton, the way he reveals Batman at certain points, like the shadow of his face, and then as the music crescends, or the reveal of the eyes based on the lighting. The music by Danny Elfman is amazing, especially before the end credits when the camera's going towards the roof and the music is building up and there's Batman. Look at the bat signal. That's definitely my favorite piece of music. It's so triumphant and hell of a way to end your movie. Kim Basinger as Vicky. It was too bad she didn't... I don't know why they didn't have her in Batman Returns. I don't know if there was ever an explanation for that. I mean, yeah, you could have had a love triangle with Batman, Catwoman, and Vicky Vale, for fuck's sake. Not that that would make the film better or worse, but I'm just saying, I didn't like that she just disappeared in Batman Returns. That's one of my few nitpicks with that movie. But I liked Kim Basinger. I know at one point it was going to be Sean Young, but she got hurt. But to me, it's for the better because I think Kim Basinger is a better actress. Robert Wuhl, who's a reporter working with Kim Basinger, I don't know why Robert Wuhl was in the movie. That's one of my few nitpicks. Is Robert Wuhl wasn't bad. It's just his character was very useless. I mean, I guess he was there to try to liven up a little bit of comedic relief. And I mean, Robert Wuhl was fine. I don't think he was bad acting wise. It's just, I think you think that character's gonna mean something, and he really doesn't. And again, you could have completely cut his character out. Nothing would have really changed. So again, it's like he wasn't bad. It's just, a whatever. Yeah, Jack Palance in the film, Pat Hingle, Alfred the butler, Michael, I can never pronounce his last name, Michael Gough, I can never pronounce his last name, but he played Alfred in the two Burton and two Joel Schumacher movies. A great Alfred. And of course, Jack Nicholson as the Joker. Yes, he is my favorite Joker. I liked Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. This is one of the few things I like about that movie. Sorry, folks, I think that movie's overrated. But one of the things I do like is Heath Ledger. But to me, Jack Nicholson is the Joker. I love the look. I love the way they made the smile look, the makeup effects of it. I thought Jack Nicholson... To me, when I think of Joker, I think of Nicholson's performance, where he's dangerous, and he's sadistic, but he's funny, and he had a great laugh to him, and just he had so much fun with the role. You could tell, like when he shoots Jack Palance, he's going crazy, or the lines thrown at him in the dialogue. We have a flying rat. We have a flying rodent to kill, and I want to clean my claws. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? This town needs an enema. Just a lot of fun line. I love Jack Nicholson's performance. I love him as an actor. This and The Shining, I would say, are my two favorite performances of his. But he's done a lot of other great ones. He's just so much fun as a Joker and such a great foe for Batman. I even love when Jack Nicholson, he does his Jack Palance impression soon after he kills Jack Palance's character, and he's like, "You are my number one guy." I just thought it was funny that Jack Nicholson doing a Jack Palance impression. I love the look of the film, the musical score of the film. It's a little over 2 hours, but it didn't bother me at all. I thought the way it opened was memorable, where looking back on it, it seems as if they wanted to do a little trick on the audience. Again, as a kid, I didn't grow up reading Batman. To be honest, I didn't. I haven't, to this day, I still have not read a lot of Batman comics. And the only really way I'm a Batman fan is the two Tim Burton films and a few of those animated movies. So, I mean, I didn't grow up with the Adam West TV show. I haven't seen much of the show, to be honest. I think I saw the Batman TV, the Batman movie with Adam West. They did have it on DVD. I saw it like once. I've never seen a full episode of the Batman Adam West show. I've seen clips. So I didn't grow up with Super Friends. Never saw that cartoon. Again, I've seen clips. So it was Tim Burton's films that was my first and one of my only windows into Batman. And where was I going with that? Oh, I was talking about, I love the way it opens with, it seems like they were trying to trick the audience. Because you see two parents and a kid walking out of, looks like a theater. And not knowing this when I was a kid, because I didn't know the origin of Batman, but looking back on it, I'm like, maybe they're trying to think the audience like this is the origin of Batman. Like that's the young Bruce Wayne, and the two adults are the parents. And we're going to see the death of Bruce Wayne's parents. But then you're hoodwinked, and it's actually a father getting knocked out, and the mom and boy try to help the father, and Batman sees this and goes after the two muggers. And even as a, I've seen this quite a few times as a kid, so it always stuck in my mind, those two muggers. Like they got to go, the bat, come on, man. What are you? I'm Batman. Yeah, Michael Keaton just pulled it off well. I will say, sorry about that. The action is good, but not great when you look back on it. Just when you really look at the action scenes, Michael Keaton is not a martial artist. I don't know how much he actually trained. It does seem like he did a little bit more in Batman Returns. But his moves are pretty basic, some basic kicks. When he's blocking the guy who's trying to hit him with the sword, and does that one kick to knock the bad guy on his ass. Some punches, backhand punches, throwing people over a car. In retrospect, it would have been nice to see a bit more choreography in the fight scenes. A bit more choreography in the hand-to-hand combat. And for there's some decent set pieces. I mean, when he goes in with his Batmobile, which I love the look of the Batmobile. It's my favorite look of the Batmobile in any movie. To me, the Batmobile looked the best, and I don't know why the fuck they kept changing it, and Batman Forever and all this other shit. I don't know why. And fuck the Tumbler and Nolan's films that could tumble its ass off a fucking bridge for all I care. Ugly as sin. Looks like shit. Looks like a shitty tank. That's just my opinion. But the Batmobile here, it was sleek, it was smooth, it was cool. And he just fucks up the plant, and Batman kills. Well, I'm fine with it. I mean, maybe because when I saw this as a kid, I had seen films like The Punisher with Dolph Lundgren. I'm like, yeah, that's my kind of hero. I'm fine with that. But I mean, I can understand if you grew up with Batman and that bothers you. I can understand it. I don't agree with it, but I can understand it. Because I feel the same way with, to an extent with Superman. Like, I would not want to see just Superman willy-nilly killing people. Unless he's the villain. Well, who else would he kill? So, I mean, maybe I'll take that back. Like, because I do like Christopher, Superman 2, he fucks up Zod and them. So I did like that. So I forget what I just said. I think what I mean is I don't need to see like gore in a Superman movie. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. So I kind of take back what I just said. But I mean, I can understand with other properties I enjoy. Like there's certain stuff about the Ninja Turtles that I would like for them to maintain, and then they change. I'm like, what the fuck? So I can understand it. Again, you're not you're looking at a guy that did not grow up with Batman, that didn't read the comics. That, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, "Oh, I've been reading them since 1995." No. But I mean, I do love the mano a mano between Batman and Joker, because I love the interaction between the two. You want to hit a guy with glasses, right? Right? Just fucking Batman beats his ass. And to me, it was the Joker character that, okay, if this is the kind of guy that I've seen clips, I've seen pictures, and I've seen little snippets of the comics, this seems like what the Joker would be. Like, he just punching these chattering teeth fly out. And watch it again, I was satisfied with how dark it is. I mean, when he kills a guy with Joker has the, what do you call it, the thing on his hand, and fries the guy into pretty much a skeleton and laughs about it. Or when he's put all these chemicals and people are dying and they're dead, but they have this creepy smile on their face. It's pretty out there, and I really enjoyed it, because you can't have that nowadays, where every Marvel film is generic movie number 85. This is a guy that I liked a lot of the early Marvel films, but nowadays it's such a dime a dozen generic garbage, like fucking Black Thunder, Penta, or Avengers, Infinite Snorefest, and Avengers End This Now Please. Sorry, 2 overrated fucking films, in my opinion. In my opinion. I know no one agrees, but I'd rather watch this and Batman Returns 10 times out of 10. And no, it's not nostalgia. No. It's for the reasons I'm saying in the video. Sorry, it's whatever. People have a right to their opinion either way, however it is. But to me, like the recent, string of Marvel films and a lot of the DC films are just like generic in one after the other, then no one wants to take chances. And a film like Batman from '89 did take chances, and like how many times the Joker actually shot Jack Palance's character, and did killing these people, and really like the creepy vibe with the stuck on smile on their dead faces. And I love the costumes, Batman and the Joker. I love the art direction, the way Tim Burton made the city of Gotham look, and his crew. Definitely one of Danny Elfman's best scores for a film. The Batman theme, and like I said, also that piece of music that before the end credits. I also really enjoyed I enjoyed the set piece with the bat plane. That was a cool looking contraption Batman flew. He stole my balloons. And again, it was cool that Jack Nicholson was just having so much fun with this role. It was cool to see people like Jack Palance, and I forget the guy's name. He's the Joker's henchman. Played the character Bob. I remember him as Arnold Schwarzenegger's sidekick in Conan the Destroyer. He did fine in his little role. Pat Hingle is the commissioner, or Gordon. I think it was Gordon. Pat Hingle. I'm pausing because I'm trying to think, are there really that much stuff I had a problem with? Like I said, the fight scenes, choreography with the henchmen could have had more choreography to it. Rubber Wall didn't bother me. Just again, his character was pretty useless at the end of the day. Michael Keaton is fantastic. You want dit nuts? Let's dit nuts. Like I said, a lot of good lines of dialogue. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? Oh, that's another thing. I liked the idea that Joker was the one who killed his parents. I know a lot of people were pissed, but I liked that. I thought that was cool. I do wish they did a bit more with that. That they could have, I don't know how, but strengthen that a little bit more. I mean, they do have a flashback, but I don't know, just a little bit more. I'm not sure how. Because at one point Joker goes, "Oh, I was a kid when I killed your parents." I'm like, how do you know, Joker? You don't know. I'm sure you killed a lot of people, a lot of people's parents. How do you know you were young when you killed his parents? For all you know, it happened, a year ago. But I mean, like a little bit more to that would have been nice. But other than that, I mean, I know people were pissed because, oh, well, that's bullshit. It didn't bother me. I'm fine with a change if it made sense, and that's a change that made sense to me, but not to a lot of people. It brought like a little sense of, made you hate the Joker even more, and the irony that they both made each other. Like Batman says, "I made you, you made me first." But yeah, I mean, Batman is still a classic. To me, it's still one of the best comic book films ever made. Still a great flick. Rewatched it on Blu-ray, actually. It looked nice on Blu-ray. Had all the features from the DVDs. This pack here. The only issue I have with the pack is they did this thing where they stack them. So like 2 is stacked on one and 2 is stacked on the other. I think they could have put the money and put like 4, like a little thing, and put 4 each one on so it's not stacking. But it's cool that they have all the features on it from the DVDs. It's too bad at the time those features were made, Michael Keaton did not give a new interview. Because nowadays he's willing to talk about Batman. But not then. But for the features of that time, it was cool that Tim Basinger talked about it. Robert Wuhl, Jack Nicholson, he even talked about it. Tim Burton. And almost forgot that Prince did the songs in this. I mean, rest in peace, Prince. I've never been a big Prince guy, other than maybe Purple Rain, the song. Not even the movie, but the song Purple Rain. But his other songs, the one song I didn't mind is when Joker is coming into the art gallery and his minions are fucking up all these things. The $1 bill. I think it's Party Man. Boom, boom, boom. I did enjoy that scene. And he has some good makeup, like how Joker, after he's changed, sometimes he'll make him look like his normal self, the skin tone, but then when he wipes it, you see the white underneath. Thought that was a nice touch. But yeah, I mean, great cast, great villain, great hero, mood, atmosphere, set pieces. Ideas. Some of the action could have been worked on, because I would say I enjoy this film because of the characters and the atmosphere and the mood and the performances of Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson. I can't really say I'd go back and watch this for the action scenes, although the Bat plane is a decent scene, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I think when people go back to see it, it's not to witness the big. You know what I mean? Like it's not like the action. It's the characters. I think if the action was, maybe that wasn't Tim Burton's strongest suit. If they were worked on a little bit more, like I said, with the fight choreography, or a few more scenes, like the cool Batmobile fucked up the plant. Again, that's probably my only issue. But other than that, great movie, great flick, and still holds up to this day in my opinion. Still, I would still say it's my favorite Batman film. Although I do really like Batman Returns, and I think that's underrated, which I'll talk about next. And I like them a lot more than the other two, and the Nolan films, but that's just me. But either way, thanks for watching, take care, and we will see you guys later. Because you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Okay. Later.